96 and the Ramblers Sports Network. It's high school basketball. Coming to you today from the Wheelhouse in Boyne City High. This 26 Sports and RSN basketball presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you.
Good evening and welcome to the Wheelhouse and the Rambler Sports Network. We are live for tourney time. It's district time. We should have been playing last night, but due to the lake effect Michigan Conference, it was canceled due to a blizzard. So we got our first round of districts on a Tuesday night. Kind of exciting.
Here we are. We'll take it.
That's right. So we have District 34 here, and it is Sheboygan and the Sioux in the earlier game, and the Sioux wins at the buzzer in the 5 o'clock game.
Yep.
So exciting game. We're hopefully getting a second one here between Boyne City Ramblers and the Grayling Vikings. And this game on paper, Boyne City is the heavy favorite. Is that a nice way to say that?
I would say so. I mean, I think if you were to look at the numbers and the stats in the previous games this year, that'd be the case. But we also know that Grayling has a way of staying in a lot of games this year. They played some really tough teams very close, so this is by no means given.
And it's tourney time, so it's win or go home. And if you want to put a team to the test, a team that can stay with teams, I know Grayling, like you said, they stayed with Elk Rapids. I believe they had a good game with Charlevoix. They could pull it all together here tonight and put together a tough run against this tough Boyne City Rambler team who has been playing a lot better in the second half of the season. Boyne City's last win was against Harbor Springs. They came together. They were down late in the game, came together and ended up winning by 16. So they can really put it together, and they're gelling a lot better as a team here in the second half of the season. Well, you can see tonight the Boyne City Ramblers, the Rambler Rowdies, for the first round of districts, and I'm sure if they make it further, they'll keep it up here at home. They are doing a whiteout here tonight with their culture shirts on. Kind of nice. Well, we'd just like to remind you guys this is MHSAA district basketball tournament play, so we are not allowed to show the video. So we will just be doing the audio broadcast, and then after an hour after the game's completion, we will show the video feed. So it's going to be a little different. We're going to be calling it a little bit different so we can keep you guys posted at home that are listening to the audio. So if we sound like McDowell explaining math, that's because we're trying to keep everybody home informed on every play because you can't see it right now. So no offense to Pam McDowell, who's always tuning in.
She texted me about 4 minutes ago. Why aren't you guys on the air yet? Yeah, you're late. So here we are, Pam.
Let's look at our keys to the game for Boyne City to win their first round of districts here. First thing, they have to keep the momentum going. They have been playing fantastic in the second half of the season. Like we said, they got to keep that going. They do have to handle this 1-2-2 half-court trap that Grayling's going to throw at them. They have to be very good in their half-court zone offense. That's what they're going to see all night. And you guys know that if played against a zone, you really have to find the holes and be patient with it. And then they have to set the tone. They have to get all the boards, offensive, defensive, and just control that part of the game. You control that part of the game, you control a lot of the game. And again, Grayling, a very scrappy team. You don't know which team's going to show up, and I'm sure they're going to be showing up ready to knock off the heavily favored Ramblers here tonight. Well, we are going to let the PA take over and do the national anthem while we get a good look at the Boyne City Ramblers and the Grayling Vikings standing next to each other.
And to continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts in our country. So, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats. All present, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute. And everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem.
let's get ready for your starting lineups. Boyne City in their home whites, Grayling in their green jerseys.
Grayling this evening will start senior number 1, Nick Hunter. Senior number 3, Ryan Anderson. Senior number 23, Connor Brill. Sophomore number 2, I believe. I'm sorry. Is he wearing 23 tonight?
11.
I'm sorry. 11, Garrett Riley. Who's a junior. And number 30, Eli Jackson, a junior. Sorry, they had some uniform number changes tonight. Got me confused. The Ramblers will start this evening with a lineup of number 5, senior Dylan Schulach, number 10, junior Max Vandra, number 11, junior Pete Calcaterra, number 23, senior Trevor King, and senior number 50, John Paul Moody.
Great story while we were getting ready here. Great story of John Paul Moody, the biggest, the big pink we call him, just a very large man. And he helped out this weekend with youth basketball, working with some first and second graders and third graders. And he had a group of third grade girls that he worked with. And it was just the greatest thing to watch this very large man work with these little third grade girls and teach them how to do layups and form shooting and all that stuff. So what a great kid and a great thing for the program. Awesome group of kids here. Well, Pete Calcaterra set to jump. And Grayling comes away with the tip. Grayling on offense first.
Boyne City in their usual man-to-man defense.
Ryan Anderson, quick point guard. Gets a pass knocked away, gets it back in the lane with a floater off the mark. Max Vonner running it down, it's on the floor. Schulach picks it up, and Trevor King, long pass down to Calcaterra. Baseline, back out to Moody. Across the Schulach, wide open 3. Just a little long, gets his own rebound, goes in. Hard on the layup, misses it. Scrum on the floor for it. And still on the floor, they're gonna call a travel.
Well, that was an interesting play by Trevor King, who gambled to go after that ball. I thought maybe he should get back on defense, but he went after that ball, and Boyne City comes out with it.
Boyne City now on offense again. He's moving the ball around. Schulach again, wide open in that corner, that baseline corner. He skips it across to Trevor King in the other side, baseline corner for 3. That one's off. Rebound, Grayling, and here comes Grayling on offense for the second time.
They looked a little bit confused there on defense. We'll see what exactly that looks like on the next possession.
Ryan Anderson, point guard for Grayling, taking control here of the offense, trying to get something open. He now gets it down into Connor Brill, deep on the baseline, turnaround jumper, missed it. Schulach comes up with the rebound.
Grayling's had a couple of nice shots to start this game.
There's Calcaterra for 3. And that one's a little long. So the Ramblers are 0 for 3 for three-pointers. All of them a little long. A little excited here. Grayling now with the ball at the top. Ryan Anderson. You can hear the Rambler Rowdies probably through our headset. Grayling playing their offense right in front of the Boyne City crowd, and they're letting them hear it. Garrett Riley with the ball now. Nick Hunter. Great athlete for Grayling. He's the one that played very well against us last time. There's Brill on the baseline. John Paul Moody just forced him low, and he shot that into the foam of the backboard.
Yep, great positioning from John Paul.
And a great pass by Vandra down to Calcaterra for the layup, but he missed it. It's still 0-0, folks.
A lot of action for no points.
Man, everybody's getting some good looks, just not knocking them down. That's some district tournament jitters right there. Anderson in trouble at the top of the key. Great defense by Trevor King. He gets rid of it, gets it down to Brill. And Brill's going to make a layup and get fouled by Schulach for the first points of the game.
Well, that all happened because Max Vandra took a bit of a gamble on the wing there, and his team tried to rotate to cover his tail, and Grayling ends up with a layup and a foul.
They'll counter Brill at the free throw line to finish off possible three-point play. He makes the free throw. 3-0 Grayling. Shulock with it. Skips it across to Trevor King. Back over to Shulock. They're just throwing the ball back and forth over the zone, and Shulock finally knocks down that three. I mean, if they're not going to come out on those shooters, they're just going to keep skipping it around until someone knocks down a three, which Shulock answered the call. 3-3 now. Ryan Anderson gets by Trevor King into the lane. Floater. Trevor King recovers and blocks it from behind. Vondra gets it, goes out to Calcaterra, gets the layup. Man, that fast break. They got that one dialed in. They're looking for it every time. 5-3 now.
Once again, Max Vondra on that long outlet. I don't even think he knew who he was throwing it to. Whoever get there first.
There was two guys going after it. He just chucks it out in front of him. That's how I used to play with my Labrador Retrievers. Good cut by Brill for Grayling, and JP just pushing him a little too much. Good cut. He just dropped right from the elbow and went to the block, and JP was just on his hip. And they're going to call JP for his first foul.
Yeah, this is a good run by Pete Calcaterra. I mean, that's tough play to catch that ball on a full sprint and lay it in.
Ryan Anderson, little short jumper, knocks it down. It's 5-5. Well, Ryan Anderson has some three-point opportunities, but he's going to take a dribble, shot fake and take a dribble and take that little mid-range jumper. That's his game. He's tied the game up. John Paul gets the ball down on the block. He turns right into Brill, and that's going to be an offensive foul, and JP Moody's second foul this early.
Well, he made the mistake of going before he looked where he was going. He thought that spot was going to be open, and it was a clear charge.
Steinhoff checks in for Moody. Aiden Bream checking in for Trevor King.
Boyne with a little full court pressure.
Good idea against Ryan Anderson. Slow him down a little bit, make him think a little bit more. But man, he's a good ball handler. Gets by Dylan Shulock, but Max Vondra jumps right in front of him.
Well, that looks like,
out.
Excuse me, that looks like Coach Redmond's plan maybe is going to be to jump or hedge that screen real hard.
Yeah, it's a normal hedge, but he really came out aggressive, didn't he?
Yeah.
Grayling ball here, get it into Brill. Brill's going to take it all the way in the paint against Steinhoff. Misses an easy layup. Yeah. Bream with the rebound, gets it up to Shulock along the base or along the sideline. Skips it across to Calcaterra. Back skips it across to Shulock. They're just skipping it back and forth. Calcaterra had him.
Yep. I don't think that was a real strong push, but he definitely put his arm out.
Calcaterra got to the three-point line, faked it, and then drove.
Pete's right arm is going to come out right here. I mean, he didn't extend it. I don't think that the defender got shoved. I think he was moving in the direction he was going, but the ref saw his arm come out.
Well, that's Pete's first foul, offensive foul there, and it was right in front of the ref. That's why he had to be doing everything perfect. A little extension, and he got the call. So 5-5 still. Grayling with the ball. Hunter now for Grayling has the ball with Calcaterra on him.
This is where Boyne has just got to stay in front of their players. They've given up a lot of good mid-range and shots and layups. Boyne's got to do a little bit better job just moving their feet and keeping those guys out of the lane. If your teammates have to help, it's going to open up opportunities for Grayling.
Eli Jackson called for his first foul, and Eli Jackson, I know you guys can't see him until later, but he's built like a fire hydrant, and he went right at Max Vondra, and he just slipped. Oh, they didn't call a foul. It was a travel. He lost his footing, and they're banging in there like football players do. Aiden Bream now has it at the top of the key. And they blew the whistle as he was shooting, and they're going to call a foul on Eli Jackson.
That'll be baseline out of bounds for Boyne City.
Yeah, Eli Jackson, like I said, he is a football build, and he is playing football out there, which is great. You got to have one of those guys out there. Steinhoff gets it in out of bounds, stumbles a little bit, reset the offense. Bream now has it on the wing. Cut off on his drive, gets that out to Trevor King. Trevor King takes it in right up against Jackson and gets that little floater.
That's a good take against the zone. He hesitated a little bit and then got in. The help rotations are a little bit different when you're playing the zone, and he found an area in there he could exploit.
I think he was waiting for the defense to rotate, and they just didn't. So he just took it in. 7-5 now, Boyne City. Garrett Riley with the ball, gets it over to Ryan Anderson. He's going to want to take a little dribble and jump in. Little floater, it's off the mark. Vondra with the rebound, gets it up to Bream. Bream's going to slash right in, get it blocked out of bounds by Jackson. And I believe they're going to catch Jackson with a foul, and that's his second foul.
We'll see Aiden Bream here with an aggressive take. He knows he can get past his defender. The help is just a little bit late. But we need to see some more of that out of Aiden Bream, I think, here through this tournament. We need to get him involved, and hopefully he can make his free throws, draw some more fouls.
Aiden Bream, one of the leading scorers on the team, shoots 46% from the free throw line, and that's been a thing that he's talked about working on many, many times, but you know, sometimes that gets in your head, but 46% from the free throw line, that's tough. He makes the second one.
And that was a pretty shot. That looked good. That looked more like his jump shot. Nice, straight, smooth follow through.
And that's all it is. You know, kids think about it so much. I mean, it's just your jump shot, but you're standing at a line. 8-5 now, Boyne City. Grayling now with the ball. They're trying to get it into Brill against Steinhoff. Brill, turnaround jumper, baseline, off the mark, put back by Mitchell Kuziel. Makes it 8-7 now, and then Grayling gets a steal on the fast break for Boyne, and they're going to have another chance here to take the lead.
Trevor King with an ill-advised pass up the left sideline. And Grayling sets up their offense.
Good defense by Trevor King on Ryan Anderson. Not letting him get around there. Slipped him, and nice floating jumper for Ryan Anderson off the mark. King gets the rebound. And he really looks for that mid-range jumper, Ryan Anderson. There's Calcaterra along the baseline. He gets it blocked by Brill. They're going to call a foul with the body.
Well, he makes a nice take. He goes to the hole, decides he can't get all the way there. Watch him pull up right in here and just kind of tries to slide sideways where he can get an angle off the glass, draws the foul. So, again, this has been the new P.D. Calcaterra here second half of the year. He's been more aggressive to the hole. We saw him shooting the three earlier, and when he does those two things in combination, man, he's a chore to guard.
Calcaterra makes the first free throw. He's a 60% free throw shooter. You know, that doesn't sound that great, but he's the second leading free throw shooter on the team.
Looks pretty good on the stat sheet right now, doesn't it?
Team shoots about 51% average overall. So 60% is pretty good for the team average. And as I said that, he misses his second, and it's 9-7 now. Boyne City up by 2.
Well, Boyne City, once again, this is going to be interesting to watch. Their aggressiveness on defense. They're giving up some open holes here, but Grayling with the miss from the left corner.
Yeah, Nick Hunter, tremendous athlete. Did very well against Boyne last time. Tried a baseline three right in front of the Rambler Rowdies, and that was sky mail. He just airballed it.
But
rebound,
leading up to that point, I mean, Boyne's defense is extended really far, even outside the three-point line, which is great if you can keep the pressure on, but Grayling is making pretty quick work as far as getting inside that first layer of defense, and then you've got guys scrambling to cover gaps. So, but Grayling has not shot the ball well either yet.
Yeah. Devin Hayden has checked in for the Ramblers. Vondra with the ball. Hayden skips it to the corner for Trevor King. He goes baseline against Kuziel, and that's going to be a foul on Kuziel. So, like we've said before in the girls' games as well, Boyne City putting the pressure on the defense right now, and that's what you got to do. Make them make a play on defense. They got to move their feet. Even in a zone, you got to make them play defense. Put pressure on them. If you just pass the ball around, it makes the job easy. But the guards have seen that if you pass the ball around and get them moving and then slash in, they got to do something. Here's Trevor King with a three-pointer. That one didn't hit anything, but it went off the hand of Connor Brill.
Yeah, that was probably not quite the shot that Boyne City was looking for with 28 seconds left in the quarter. The 2-point lead, you'd like to at least run the clock down. I would imagine that Coach Rudman, there goes his finger right there.
Yeah, one shot, yeah.
Calling for one shot, yeah.
So they're going to pass this ball around, 20 seconds to go. As zone of Grayling just shifting back and forth as they work it down. About 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Got to do something with it now. There's a long skip pass to Trevor King. He gets it to Devin Hayden at the top of the key. Shulock has it now on the wing, skips it over into the corner, back to Vondra, and that one is a 3-point miss. And that's the end of your first quarter. Boyne City with a 2-point lead, 9-7. You're listening to the Ramblers Sports Network. That first quarter was brought to you by Peak Aerial Imaging. We're going to be back with the second quarter after these messages.
Over 15 different programs, over 1,500 participating students, 11 different hosting school districts, preparing today's youth for tomorrow's workforce. The Charlevoix-Emmett Intermediate School District's career and technical education programs. Charm ISD CTE programs prepare students for employment and advanced degrees in high-paying career fields. For more detailed information on individual programs and how to enroll, visit the Charlevoix-Emmett ISD website at www.charmisd.org.
Welcome back. We are here in the Wheelhouse this evening. Boyne City with a 9-7 lead after the first quarter. We had a slow start to this one. We've had a lot of misses from the line and from the floor.
Yeah, it's low scoring, and you can see there on the screen, later you'll see it, with the culture and the shirts that everybody has and the culture that everybody has. And well, that's what the whiteout shirts are, is the culture shirts. There you go. You can take a look. There's a shot of the Rambler Rowdies, and it's kind of cool if you see culture. You talk about the youth basketball program this weekend and the varsity players coming down to help out. We have Mason Gardner and Jacob Robinson sitting behind the bench here tonight, if you guys can get a look at that. Just helping out with that culture, you know, letting the current Ramblers know that past Ramblers got their back, literally, sitting behind the bench. Just a cool thing, a cool feel, and that's what that culture means on that shirt.
Well, I'll point out, too, that the Rambler Sports Network is a huge part of that. Encouraging young kids to be involved, encouraging the older kids to look after the younger kids, and it's a great community tool. Yeah,
and we would like to say hello to all the people that are tuning in from around the state, around the country even, around the world, I guess. We know we have lots of loyal listeners and viewers out there that love what this Rambler Sports Network does, and we'd like to thank, My News 26 for the rebroadcasts, and Great Lakes Energy and Wolverine Power for making that all possible and making sure we have power in all these snowstorms. And
Amen.
They've been busy, and they have been a great sponsor for us. So it just makes this whole thing work. It's awesome. And it's district basketball time, which is the best time of year.
So Grayling took a minute there to drop a plan for getting through that Boyne City pressure, getting the ball inbounds.
So Grayling with the ball on offense here. Still 9-7, Boyne City up by 2. Great defense by Boyne City, making everything hard to do. There's a steal by Steinhoff. They're trying to get it into Brill. Steinhoff's going to take it coast to coast and get it to go. 11-7, Boyne City.
This is easy to say after he's done that, but he can do that.
He can
do just about everything. We've used this word about him before. He's deceptive.
He is. He's got a lot of skill in there.
Very strong, very quick. He really understands basketball, and he understands angles, and he can take advantage of a situation like that.
There's a hand check by Trevor King. That's his first foul. And back to Steinhoff. Steinhoff did a great job playing aside his man, Brill, and they're trying to get it into him, and he just poked that pass away and just took off. He was off to the races, and he made the layup because he went straight up. And very proud of him for going straight up.
He has some different releases he likes to use occasionally, doesn't he?
Yeah, that straight up one works the best, and I think he's figuring that out. I think Coach Redmond's been in his ear about that. I've been in his ear about that, and it works. There's Hunter down the lane for Grayling, misses the floater, wrestles the rebound with Vondra, and they're going to call a jump ball as Vondra throws Hunter to the ground.
An impressive play because Max Vondra got just enough air under his shoes to grab that with both hands, and once he got his paws on that, he wasn't going to lose it.
Oh, yeah. Nick Hunter got the worst of that as he went tumbling down. But jump ball, they call it, and it goes to Boyne City. Oh, and Ryan Anderson picks the pocket of Calcaterra and gets a layup and gets it disrupted by Trevor King. And here come the Ramblers. Thought that was going to be an easy layup. Here's a kick to Vondra in the corner for three, and he knocks it down.
And once again, that was Steinhoff with a really smart jump stop and a pass to his left. Knew where his teammate was. Great pass.
14-7, and the lead's starting to extend here for Boyne City with that defensive pressure, making it hard for Grayling to do anything. There's Hunter again down low, gets the ball, and gets fouled by Vondra this time.
Yeah, just a few gaps. You know, Boyne City has not been real good about covering up these gaps by the basket yet. Grayling's not been able to take advantage, but you're right. It's a 7-point lead for the Ramblers at this point.
Hunter's going to go to the line here to shoot two. That's Vondra's first foul. And a lot of that, again, like you said, is him just rotating, covering somebody else. And Hunter misses the first. Subs in for both teams. Bream checking in for Boyne City, giving Calcaterra a rest.
Well, the idea of defensive rotation is to get yourself in the correct position to sort of defend, and if you're late, you end up having to foul to stop shots like that.
Well, Hunter missed both of them. Bream with the rebound, gets it down to Steinhoff, and Steinhoff's going to get a charge. He's getting a little aggressive there on the baseline and just lowered his shoulder, and Connor Brill did a nice job of absorbing that and taking that blow, and it was an easy charge call, and that's the first foul on Steinhoff.
And Coach Redmond shaking his head, but not at the refs. That was a Steinhoff mistake.
He did the same thing there. He just had it in his mind what he was doing before he looked up. Yep. Head down right into pressure. Great steal by Vondra. Gets it out to Trevor King for the layup and the foul.
And that's a fantastic save by Max Vondra and an impressive, aggressive take by Trevor King. Trevor King is pretty good at that. When he's one of our more aggressive players, when he knows he's going to the hole, he does a nice job of finishing.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think Dylan Shulock had that role for me last year. I mean, you give him the ball anywhere, and he could get an easy layup out of it. And Trevor King's kind of played that role this year. Any angle, he catches the ball and can still lay it in, and he did a great job. I tell you what, if I'm playing on this Rambler team and Max Vondra gets the ball, I'm running because I want to lay up.
They're drawn to you as a homeowner or a business owner about heating and cooling and other sorts of information. So thank you for supporting the Rambler Sports Network. We appreciate it. So Trevor King will go back to the line here. It's the second quarter, 5:38 left. The score is 16-7 Boyne City. And the foul situation at this point is 7 on Boyne City and 5 against Grayling.
Yeah, and that last one was on Connor Brill of Grayling, and that's his second, and he's still in the game right now.
That's a tough foul for Grayling, but they are going to obviously leave him in the game. They need him.
Defensive pressure gets a steal for Boyne, and they missed the layup right off there, but they get the rebound and give it to Vondra for three. That one's off the mark. Fighting for the rebound right now. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Grayling ball, but man, they are really getting active on their defensive pressure right now.
Well, one thing I want to point out too about this game being moved back from Monday to Tuesday is that whoever wins this game has got to play Kalkaska tomorrow.
That's right, and Kalkaska had the bye, and they are rested and ready to go. And if Boyne City wins this game, the two games prior to tomorrow night were dogfights. Very, very close, intense games, and it'll be twice that for a chance to play in the district championship.
I don't think it's a huge disadvantage to have to play the night before, but if your starters got to play the whole game or it's exceptionally intense, it can be a real drain on your energy levels.
Vondra takes it down the lane and gets fouled and the bucket, and it's 19-7. And Boyne City's starting to pull away, and you can see the intensity picking up. And it's funny you're saying that intensity picks up, and you know how long can they keep it. There's a good look at it on the replay.
And let's look at this contact that Max draws. He gets contact from two sides, but really what you try to accomplish in that situation, if you know you're going to take a hit like that, you take the hit and then you shoot. You don't want it to affect your shooting motion. So we'll take one other peek at this, but watch, he gets hit from the right and then from the left. He takes a hit from the right, gets the shot off, and gets a bump on the left. So it's great concentration. He knew right away that was going in, didn't he?
I think Max does better when he gets that contact. He gets more focused. He gets more into the game. I mean, you just got to bump him around a little bit, and he knocks down the free throw. It's 20-7 now. More
City?
Yeah, more full court pressure for Boyne City. It's been working. Grayling finally gets it across half court here. Defensive pressure picked up, but still, and Trevor King knocks that one away, gets it to Vondra. Back to Steinhoff. Steinhoff's going to go down the lane, and they're going to try to take a charge. Ryan Anderson tried to take a charge, and he's going to get called for the block. You could tell he was looking to do that, and Steinhoff just gave him a little shimmy.
Well, he may hurt himself as well.
I think that's a Charlie horse.
That was a play that sort of epitomizes Boyne City. You got Trevor King getting his hand on the pass. Max Vondra not only gets the loose ball, he picks that sucker up with two hands and then makes a long pass, two-handed pass to Steinhoff, who just kind of makes out of it what he can.
Yeah.
And here he is shooting free throws again.
It's the mystery move for Steinhoff. You give it to him, and you just better watch because you don't know what's coming. And he makes his first free throw. Well, like I said, I was starting to say there before the intensity picked up and Boyne City got another steal here, how long, if Boyne City ends up winning this game, how long do the starters stay in and keep them fresh for a big head-to-head matchup with Kalkaska tomorrow night? But Steinhoff misses the second. It's 21-7. Not that we're counting Grayling out. They have many good athletes that can go on a run here. And there's a steal by Steinhoff, trying to get it into Brill, and he's been very active. Great defense down in the post for Steinhoff. And there's a poke away by Grayling, and they get a steal.
Yeah, that was Hunter. Got his hand in there behind Trevor King. Great play.
I remember the last time Grayling played in the Wheelhouse. Nick Hunter, what an athlete, just went on a tear, and he was all over the floor, getting steals, taking fouls. There's Grayling on the block.
Well, that was a fantastic rebound by Dylan Craig. Got up with one hand and then got
a good look at it on the replay.
McPherson.
Went back up and got blocked by Dayton McPherson. And
yeah, it looked like a clean block. I don't know if his left hand was on
that's what everybody's looking at.
Back.
You look into the right hand where they got the block, but his left hand might have been holding on to his shorts or something.
These refs tonight coming from Petoskey and Gaylord. The roads have been cleared out a little bit, but these guys have got 3 and 5 games this week. That's a lot of games in the wintertime. A lot of driving and a lot of running.
And they're district games, most of them.
Yep, so we appreciate all that these refs do to officiate high school sports. It's a big job, and we see the same guys a lot. There are not a lot of guys doing this.
That's right. Well, there's a 1-2-2 by Grayling, and Boyne City gets it down to Shulock, who gets just mauled on the block and no call. 21-8. Good pass by Craig down into Brill, and they got a layup. 21-10 now.
Yeah, you got to get back as a team. Somebody didn't pick up their guy, and Grayling gets a bucket out of it.
Running that 1-2-2. First time we've seen it here tonight. And it's tough. You got to figure it out. And the block is wide open for Dayton McPherson. You just got to find him.
Yep, and that was Shulock to McPherson, the seniors connecting on that long diagonal pass.
Yeah, 1-2-2. I mean, you got to be active if you're playing that. If you're not, there's lots of gaps in it. You just got to be patient and find them. Here's Hunter with the ball for Grayling. 23-10 now. Boyne City up. Devin Hayden guarding Grayling's point guard at the time, Garrett Riley.
The young kids that are out there watching, not a great offensive player, you can beat Devin Hayden. You can earn yourself playing time by playing great defense. Anybody can do it.
That's right. Hustle always gets you a spot on the floor. Shulock with the rebound off the Grayling miss. Now we're looking back at that zone. They find a gap in there. Vondra, baseline jumper.
That's a beautiful offensive possession. You said it. The ball movement from the wing to the high post to the short corner, that's exactly how you beat that.
Nobody wants to take that shot. Nobody wants to work on that shot. It's about a 10-foot jumper. It's not a three-pointer. It's not a layup. Get your mid-range down, and that looked beautiful from Max Vondra.
Somehow it's kind of an intimidating shot from the short corner. There's Burrow with a nice move inside, but that shot can be a little intimidating. You don't see it shot a whole lot, but Max Vondra's got the soft touch to shoot that.
Well, Brill gets that shot to go, and then I saw after he made that shot, Vondra misses a three there on the next possession, but Hayden gets the rebound. Dayton McPherson gets the ball. He's going to take it right down Main Street for the finger roll.
We got a replay of Coach Redmond there with his finger in the air. Run it, and then a fist pump.
Yeah. Oh, great pass on the pursuing Grayling offense by Hunter to Brill on the block.
That's 3 possessions in a row, I think, where Brill's got a shot, got 2 buckets at least out of that.
Wide open.
So somebody's missing an assignment, yep.
Well, Calcaterra missed a layup, and then Hunter got the rebound, and Pete went in after it, and he picks up a foul, and that's his second foul.
We'll take a look at this Shulock play. Look at him creeping in from the backside. He tries to get to the basket here. And supposedly Brill got all ball there. Well, there's some contact. I guess the rule is if you get the ball, you can get a little arm too.
I tell you what, though, I mean, I'd give it to Brill. Brill did a good job of trying to stay upright. He did bump him. But we've said, and we've called every player on this, Boyne City and every other team, if you swing down, that's an instant call no matter what, even if you get all ball. If you swing down, and Hunter looked like he was swinging big time down right there. Well, Hunter's at the line shooting from the Calcaterra foul. Missed that second one, and now Boyne City's on its way down. There's Bream, gets it for 3, and that one's short. He thought about that one too much. He just got to stroke that when he gets it.
And he just came in off the bench.
Yeah, and McPherson saved that air ball, and Boyne City sets it up for another possession. Grayling in its zone. Trevor King with the ball at the top right now. 1 minute left to go, 27-14 before halftime.
Well, we made a note about conserving energy, if at all possible, tonight for the winning team, but you also have an X's and O's issue, right? I mean, there's a foul on against Aiden Bream, but certainly Kalkaska's in the house tonight watching this game and watching what these two teams are doing. And if you're Boyne City or Grayling and you win tonight, you got a short turnaround. I don't know when you're going to practice. You're going to get together after the game or after school tomorrow and squeeze in a few minutes on the video, talk some X's and O's, but definite disadvantage for advantage for Kalkaska, who drew the bye this year.
There's a great shot of Aiden Bream, made the first free throw by Dicey Siskas, who's on the remote cam right now, filming right underneath the basket. Nice job, Dicey.
Out there in harm's way.
That's right. Well, Aiden misses a second. It's 28-14 now. Boyne City's doubled them up. 36 seconds to go before halftime. And Craig's going to take a long three, and that misses everything. Bream gets the rebound.
Bream grabbed it at the last second.
And it picked off. Here comes Grayling. That one gets picked off by Vondra, and there's 19 seconds. Coach is calling for last shot.
For the third time in this quarter, he's going for the last shot.
Maybe they'll get it now. Numbers are moving a lot faster up on the score. Timeout, Boyne City. 30-second timeout with about 10 seconds to go before halftime. And I agree with you. The Kalkaska, when do you get time to practice for whoever you're going to play? A lot of these teams in the district and these district runs, you got to make sure you're prepared as a coach 2-3 games ahead so you can use that time that you have efficiently.
Well, fortunately for Boyne City or Grayling, they have both played Kalkaska twice, so it's not like Kalkaska is an unfamiliar foe. But with the little extra energy expended tonight and a short turnaround as far as you want to keep your team. You have to keep your team focused on this game. You can't look ahead to Kalkaska. You got to keep focused on this game. So you really only have about 22 hours to talk Kalkaska.
Well, here's the play now with 9 seconds to go. About 2 seconds. Somebody's going to shoot. Vondra for 3. That one just a little long. And that's the end of your first half. It's Boyne City 28, Grayling 14. We are going to take a quick break and come back with some cool things, maybe some people that we can talk to, that we can find here. You are listening to the Ramblers Sports Network. We'll be back after these messages.
crucial part to make the sports show work is to find just the right person for the host. So we thought we'd host auditions for that process to see what kind of talent we have.
One on set. In 3, 2, 1.
Audition, take 1.
Hold on. Is this color right? Does this look good?
Use the derivative, we're able to determine the summation.
So girls soccer.
How are you doing today?
Can one of these guys start?
RSN auditions, take 48.
Hang on a second. Hey. What is that, silk? Is that silk?
Auditions, take 26.
Auditions, that's what I'm here for.
Boyne City is the best. This is the best. We are the best. We're going to show them that today. We're going to show that we're the best in the LMC, not only in sports, but also in fine arts. So let's go out there and let's show them what we do. 1, 2, 3! Boys up! Boys up! Boys up! Boys up! 1, 2, 3, boys up!
People always ask.
People always ask,
what exactly does it mean to be Boyne tough?
What exactly does it mean?
What exactly does it mean to be Boyne tough?
Well, we are here to tell you.
We are here to tell you.
And can you show people how to do this?
This is what it means to be Boyne tough.
This is what it means.
This is what it means to be Boyne tough. To be Boyne tough.
Who ate my porridge?
Do you think that's gonna work in these conditions?
It's about finding new ways to come together.
It's about striving for academic excellence and success in the classroom. The temperature is 35.
It's about taking risks, innovation, and leading the change.
It might be more difficult next year with the 2 types of roof.
It's about access and exposure to the latest technology.
A big scoreboard in 3, 2, take replay 48 on VSK2. Scoreboard, take replay.
It's about taking school pride and school spirit beyond the ordinary.
As the fans will storm the field once again, and just like 2001, we're going to the state semifinals.
It's about being a part of a culture of winning and sportsmanship.
2 seconds left.
2 seconds left.
It's over.
Boyne City wins.
Boyne City is going to
55-48.
semifinals in the Breslin Arena.
It's about a higher level of creative inspiration and education.
Creative inspiration and education.
But most of all,
it's about learning.
It's about learning the hard work.
It's about learning.
About learning the hard work.
About learning the hard work,
Dedication and perseverance.
to make all of this happen.
That is what it means to be Boyne tough.
that is what it means to be Boyne tough.
That is what it means to be Boyne tough.
That is what it means to be Boyne tough. And I
And I
And I
am
proud to be Boyne tough.
To be Boyne tough.
Be proud to be Boyne tough.
And I am proud to be Boyne tough.
and I am proud to be Boyne tough. I am proud to be Boyne tough.
and I am proud to be Boyne tough.
We are all Boyne tough.
For more information about being Boyne tough, visit us on our website at www.boyne.k12.mi.us or give us a call at 231-439-8191.
Over 15 different programs, over 1,500 participating students, 11 different hosting school districts, preparing today's youth for tomorrow's workforce. The Charlevoix-Emmett Intermediate School District Career and Technical Education Program. Let us take you inside CHAR-MCTE in 90 seconds.
Everyone has stood in awe of an incredible building, looked in amazement at an engineering marvel or gravity-defying bridge, gazed at an object and wondered exactly what makes it work. Do you ever ask yourself who designs these things? How do they come up with those ideas? And how exactly would you get this thing built? If you have ever asked yourself these kinds of questions, the Drafting and Design Technology program is probably right for you.
And we draw them in SolidWorks down there, and then we send that file into G-code, and that will send straight to the printer, and then you got your design, and then you got your object. Housed in 4 different locations throughout Shar-M, the Drafting and Design Technology program introduces us to the fundamentals of drafting and the incredibly powerful world of computer-aided design. We are taught not only the techniques behind drawing and interpreting, architectural and mechanical sketches and concepts, but also their basic engineering principles. We are learning skills to be tomorrow's engineers, draftsmen, architects, and interior designers. And we will be designing the future world we live in.
From commercial building architecture and residential blueprint design, to AutoCAD and SolidWorks, from the basics of mechanical drafting to the latest in 3D printing, we experience it all. Whether we are planning to enter any of the multiple disciplines of the engineering field, or designing the houses and buildings of tomorrow, the Drafting and Design Technology program allows us to more than measure up to our competitors as we enter post-secondary education.
Thank you for checking out Shar-M CTE programming in 90 seconds. For more detailed information on program locations, how to enroll, and programs that might be right for you, visit your local high school counselor or contact the Shar-M ISD Career and Technical Education staff.
Ever wonder what happens? What happens when life meets lake? When talent meets opportunity? When technology meets innovators. When business meets lifestyle. When school meets community. It's all what happens when you live Boyne.
Welcome back to the Rambler Sports Network. We are still live here after halftime, and Boyne City's up 28-14 on Grayling in the first round of districts here. And we'd like to take this moment right now to send out a huge congratulations to one of our other athletes here at Boyne City. Michael Deming of the bowling team here at Boyne City has qualified for the Division III state championship. He is a regional champion, just happened this past Saturday, and we got to explain this to you guys, that he did not just barely squeak in here. I talked to him a lot today about it. He beat the second place bowler by 80 pins, and that earned him a clear trip down to Muskegon, where he's going to play for a Division III state championship for Boyne City High School.
That's a 66 games, 80 pins over 6 games. So what is that, 12 pins, 13 pins per game? That's a pretty
amazing. We got talking today about it. It's a 6-game total pin, and then he's had a couple bad games in the regional and blew up and shot like a 257 or something like that in the last game and just totally blew it away. It was pretty close on that 6th game. Very, very cool. Very happy for Michael Deming and his family and the Boyne City bowling team. That is.
That's a lot of. That's a lot of
there
pins.
He is with his medal right there, and thanks to the Boyne City lanes that have let these guys play there and coach them there, and it's just a cool thing to watch all these kids get into this bowling, and it's legit. It's completely legit. We got a regional champion. We got somebody going down to actually vie for a state championship in bowling, and he is the top-ranked bowler going in. I asked him about it today, and I said, up here, up north, sometimes you get regional championships, and you go down state, and you see all the other competition, and maybe you weren't that good. He's ranked #1 going in, had the highest 6-game score in all the regions in Michigan. So I kept telling him, you could come home with a state title in bowling, and it's everything's possible there. So good luck to Michael and his family and all the bowlers that are bowling this year and making it an awesome sport. So congratulations.
You make a good point that that's a relatively new program, and BC Lanes has done a lot to support our bowling program. So we appreciate what BC Lanes has done for those kids.
Yeah, they must be doing something right. Michelle Deming, a lot of support there to make that thing legit very quick. So go back to third quarter action here. There's a miss by Nick Hunter for Grayling, and we also have Mason Gardner just joined us on set here, put on the headset, while Trevor King just gets a fast break layup. Mason, glad to have you on here. He's on our third headset here. So 30-14 now, and Mason, thanks for coming back. You're on spring break right now. Mason was in my class today. Always comes back, and all these athletes and students want to come back and give back to the culture of Boyne City, and did a great job talking to my anatomy class today about college. There's Pete Calcaterra with the bucket and the foul.
They're going to need to do a lot more than that. This is the type of plays that they need to do if they want to win this game. They want to come out aggressive and really attack this Grayling transition defense.
Yeah, they have been doing a good job of getting down the floor, but attacking the rim is something that makes that work a lot better.
Well, Grayling has done a nice job once again to start this half of getting some really good shots. They just cannot seem to find the bottom of the bucket.
So what have you seen so far? Back in the gym, back behind your team here. What are you seeing so far?
Well, I see kind of a similar Grayling team. They're young and scrappy, and they just want to leave it all in the court, where they're making some of these mistakes just because they're trying so hard to push the ball down to a Boyne City side of the court. But the biggest problem right now I think that Boyne is facing is their transition defense, how some of them are getting tired and not looking where the ball is. And a team like Grayling, and especially a team like Kalkaska too, are definitely teams that are going to take advantage of that.
We're just checking the scoreboard here for a minute. It says 7 minutes left in the second quarter and 9 fouls for each team, so they've got some issues here going on with the scoreboard. But
yeah, they haven't reset from the first half. So
the score, by the way, is 33-14 Boyne City with 6:46 left in, I think this is the third quarter, isn't it?
This is the third, yes. Yeah, so Mason has been back, came in to help the little kids on Saturday and was back in town to help out the actual varsity basketball team. And you had a good talk with him, I hear? What was the talk?
So the majority of this team is kind of having some leadership problems, and a couple of players are trying to step up, but they feel like it's not their place. But I kind of took it from my perspective, from being a sophomore as a role player to my junior year to slowly progressing to my senior year of being the man that kind of had to take over, where I addressed the problem where these guys don't have that person to step up. So I really talked about how they need to come together as a team and start to lift each other up rather than bring each other down. I saw the attitude was kind of a problem. Some players hanging their heads and nobody's doing anything about it. But this team should be a family, and they should look out after each other, and that's mainly my message to them.
Well, Mason, you were a great example of that, somebody who had a good attitude, worked hard, and was always truly a team player, looking out for your teammates. And we had a lot of fun with that group that you guys had here. We had a lot of kids, Lucas Day on the bench, had such a great attitude. It was really a fun team to be around, and I think a lot of that stems from, like you said, your leadership. I think we still see some remnants of that in this program. So,
yeah, there you go. You can see us on the backboard cam up there. You're over here, right here.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
I haven't been in here forever.
That's right. They got some new technology up there. That would have been nice to see some of your dunks with that camera.
We don't got any GoPros anymore. What happened to those?
Oh, that's so old. GoPro, come on.
Old school.
Yeah, I would second Fritchie on that one. You being one of the best leaders that Boyne City has ever had, as well as basketball players that Boyne City's ever had, and just a great combination. And you just walking into a room is amazing. I know when you came in Saturday to youth basketball, my son was on the other end of the gym and knew who you were and came running over. It was funny. I was laughing. You kind of saw it too. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
He didn't know to high five, hug you. He just wanted to come see you.
Yeah.
And he just didn't know what to do. He was like starstruck. And we talked a lot about you at home and those great games and all that stuff. And that meant a lot to him. And watching you and being able to talk to you, it really means a lot for that younger generation. And here you are back talking to your team, telling them things that sometimes coaches and adults and teachers have a hard time telling them. They sometimes don't take it from these old guys, and you're 1-2 years out, and you can tell them, you can come back, keep coming back and saying, this is how it is, guys. You need to knock it off and step up and help each other out. So we do appreciate you, and that, again, is the epitome of the culture here at Boyne City. Well, Boyne City has pulled away here 36-14, and it's been with their defensive pressure. And Grayling just having a hard time getting anything going. I love this matchup here. I wish we could put a football in their hands and just let them go at it.
Or some wrestling outfits.
That's right. Eli Jackson and Max Vondra, Greco-Roman wrestling at half court.
Yeah.
Actually,
well, I wonder.
Fun facts about number 30 is that he is Jacob Robinson's fellow shot put buddy from track last year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Those two were always on the field, knuckling around, messing with each other.
Hey, I was talking to somebody recently about RSN, and one of the great values of this is for kids that will, students, athletes who will have these videos to go back and these memories. So have you been back? You've been back on the RSN website watching these old videos?
Officially, no, but not
but actually?
I've been a good majority of my time has been watching these past games.
You get a little depressed? You flip on an RSN game from 2017, 16?
I love it. I miss it so much.
Well, yeah, it's tough. And being a college ball player at Elma, you talked to my class about it today. Some of those kids in my class are looking and get scholarships and go play sports. And you told them that, it becomes a job. It becomes tough. You're no longer the best on the team. You got to earn your way back up, and that does get frustrating. That's why you have these archive films of all your great moments.
To keep your attitude up.
We didn't have this when we were playing ball. I think I have a VHS somewhere in my basement.
Yeah, I have some VHS tapes too, but nothing to play them on. I just kind of hold them and think about old times.
I don't think I knew what a VH set was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
A what?
He doesn't even, he wouldn't even know.
I'm just proving it in the words that I say.
A VH set.
Yeah. Hey, you ask anybody in here right now, all these kids would know what a VCR is. So.
No. Good stuff.
Well, defensive pressure is still making it tough for Grayling to do anything offensively.
Well, at some point, I think we're starting to see this little bit of transition to the second layer of Boyne defenders, Boyne players. We're going to get a little bit of rest for Pete Calcaterra and Trevor King. Shulock all on the bench at the moment.
There was a drive by Garrett Riley, and Steinhoff's going to foul him.
So the lineup for Boyne City is McPherson, Hayden, Bream, Steinhoff, and Vondra.
The real key part of this game is not the starters, because they're already reliable to get the points, but this game will be won on players like Hayden Bream and Jacob Steinhoff, the kids that need to come up off the bench and keep the pressure on these other teams.
Yep, that's a good point. You have to keep things going, hold your own when you have a chance to be on the floor, get your starters some rest.
Well, that's great that you bring that up. Bream looks up to you a lot. You have contact with him, and he's a kid that, man, if I could pick one person to be in his ear, it would be Mason Gardner. And what do you see in him, the similarities between you and him? I see a lot. He's a very similar body type, very similar attitude. What have you been telling him so he could take it to the next level and be the next Mason Gardner?
Well, I mean, what he's doing right now is just working. This is the stuff that I did. I'd be in a stance, stay in front of my guy. But Hayden Bream overall is just an amazing kid. He's always nice. He's always wanted to work hard. The only problem is just he's inexperienced. He just doesn't know what to do.
But like you said, and we've talked about this before, at some point as a sophomore, as a junior, you got to decide that, hey, this is my time. I can't just sit here and wait for it, right? You got to go out there and take it. And we've seen some flashes of that from him.
I've heard the stories of him dropping 20 in games and high teens, and that's the kid I know that can do it, but he's just having a little confidence issue, and I went through the same thing my junior year, but he's going through now. He just got to work through it.
Oh, that was a really nice pass from Hayden, who got into the lane and made a nice feed to Blair Smith.
Well, yeah, that's Blair Smith. Got a great pass and got a foul on the floor before that bucket had a chance to go in. So Boyne City ball, 36-19. Good steal by Brill from Grayling, and that one goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Boyne City ball underneath their own basket. Oh, jeez. McPherson to inbound. Great pass into Steinhoff. That's going to get blocked by Brill, but that's going to be a foul. And Steinhoff's going to go to the line and shoot 2. And that's the 3rd foul on Connor Brill for Grayling. All right, while Steinhoff is making free throws, we're going to send it over to Xander Napon with a little sideline reporting. Xander, take it away.
Hey guys, great to actually hear you. This is my first time being able to actually talk to you guys, so hi.
How you been?
I've been doing great. Just got out of drama, so I haven't seen too much of the game. However, I have seen these shirts, and I'm here with one of our student section leaders and one of my best friends, Neil Houtz here. Neil, what do you think about the culture shirt? Oh!
You guys be careful over there. You almost got hit by a Moody.
Yeah.
Watch out. Okay. The culture at Boyne City High School can't be matched by any other. I think it ultimately boils down to everyone gets stuck in a classroom for 30 hours a week, but this gives us an opportunity to all come together and cheer for one sport.
Yeah, be rowdy, right? One of my favorite things about the culture, for viewers that haven't seen, is on the back here. We have various definitions for culture, and we got Rambler Rowdies, and I think that sums up what we're all about here at Boyne. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Xander. That was awesome that he was doing that interview, and he almost got hit a couple times. A lot of action over there right in front of him. Well, that's I think it pretty much sums it up, and Mason will understand this too, that Xander just came from drama practice. I see a lot of the drama kids filtering in from across the hall in the auditorium, and they're coming right into the basketball game. And that doesn't happen in a lot of schools where they support each other. Our shows will be sold out for the spring musical, and it's all the same kids. It's amazing. And Mason Gardner, I couldn't respect you much more your senior year, and you go out and join drama. And I asked you, why are you going out for drama? And your response was, I just want to experience as much as I can here at Boyne City High School. And that tipped me over the edge for the all-time respect that you're going to get from me. So that was an amazing decision to do that, and it shows that Boyne culture and how everybody's all on the same team. Steinhoff goes straight up.
Twice. He had 2 chances. Ooh, on the offensive rebound. Shulock takes a hit there. Well, shout out to our drama program too. Always high quality production, and they're doing Newsies this year starting next week. And I hear, Andy, that you're going to be a part of that as well.
That's a vicious rumor. I heard that you're going to be in it. I don't know.
Wait, I thought I was supposed to.
I don't know what I would wear.
I think Mason.
I don't know what I would wear.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. Guess you're just going to have to go to the musical and find out. Boyne City 38, Grayling 19. Vondra underneath the rim, and he's going to get fouled.
That's great patience by Max Vondra to really show that pump fake to get the defender up in the air. And you can see right there how he draws foul. We can wind that back a little bit. You can see how that slide by the defense is so late, so he's trying to rush out. And you can see how he's just a little bit late, jumps up and hits Max's hand. And that's great patience by Max Vondra to really get that guy in the air and draw that foul.
It's a great play when you're standing down there and you're not really sure you can jump over that guy or not. You just give a pump fake and see what he's thinking.
Vondra misses a second. Hunter with the rebound. Trevor King, good matchup here against Hunter. Nick Hunter again. He starts to warm up here in the second half, and he's going to be all over the place. He just missed that layup, leaks out. Calcaterra, he's going to try to dunk that. Oh, missed the dunk.
Yeah, that was a great attempt.
Yeah, it was a great attempt.
Yeah, the best thing to take away from that is that he's going for it.
He's just going for it. Great shot by Mitchell Kuziel. Yeah, we're getting word from Dad in the truck that he's a 2-footed dunker, and to try to go off 1 foot, he still almost brought that down. I was hoping he'd go off 2 and
really hammer it home.
Double-handed hammer, but I bet she's going to try again here.
Another great take by Pete.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was quite lined up perfectly for that, but he gave it a ride, didn't he?
He did.
Well, I mean, he's no Mason Gardner or Dylan Williams.
That's true.
No, I was lucky enough to be able to sit in on their practice and help out a couple of them, and when I walk in, it's towards the end of practice, and they're always like, a couple of them can dunk now, and they're like, oh, you guys missed it. Like, we can dunk now, and it's amazing. And I was like, all right, show me.
Yeah.
And nobody could show me a dunk. Steinhoff was the only one to show me a dunk. So I said, well, by my eyes, Steinhoff is the best dunker on the team.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, they're all really just close to dunking. I mean, I know they can do it in practice a lot. They talk about it a lot, but a little different in the game, as you know.
Yep. So it's fun to watch them try and learn how to do it, to get it, you know, and in the speed of the game, it's a different feel for sure.
Yeah, it's so much different when you're just practicing and going hard, not thinking about everything. But when you have a game, you're thinking about the score, you're thinking about the time, you're thinking about if it's the right time to even try
That's a good point, you know, with the recognition that you're up by 20 and you can probably get away with a miss if it happens. So it's a good point.
I just think it's cute that they all tried to, as soon as you walk in the gym, they all want to show you. You're like Big Brother. Hey, I can dunk now. Here, let me show you.
Popularity is right up there with Rambler Rowdy.
Looks like we got Steven Orban in the game and Harry Moody.
Yeah, starting to get some of the second, third squad in there to keep some fresh legs for tomorrow if this lead holds up for Boyne City.
And Steven is actually one of the few players to do both drama and basketball.
Yeah,
so he was going through what I did.
Well, I love the fact that these two guys, Hunter and Trevor King, are going at it. They're being aggressive, and as soon as that whistle blows, they stop. It's a good reminder that nothing beats good sportsmanship. A great game in sports is when your team puts it all together, but it's not just about how you execute as an athlete. It's also about how you execute as a person. It's showing good reflexes and respect, confidence and character, skillfulness and sportsmanship. That's a great game. Nothing beats good sportsmanship. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value of educational athletics. And now that I think of it, I should have had you read it, Gardner. You were always a good sport.
That was pretty good creative. Did you think about that on the spot? Or?
I just made that up.
That's right off the top of his head, isn't it? This sounds fresh, doesn't it?
It's just wild.
Yeah.
I've never heard
that before. It's written in a slightly larger font than the stats we got today.
He's good at that lib, so. Well, Steven Orban just kind of had a tough pass there to got an auto play. Oh, hey, we got a replay here of the Pete Calcaterra dunk. Let's take a look at the.
Look at Shulak getting out of his way. Actually, Shulak goes right. Shulak did him a favor and kind of cut off the defender. Did you see that?
I think Pete was drifting a little bit. If he could have been just gone straight up, he just doesn't have experience jumping off 1 foot.
If you can look at it again, Pete looks back and that slows him down. So you pretty much just lost all of your momentum to try to go dunk the ball by looking around.
Yeah, at first it looked like Shulak was expecting a pass, and then he realized what was going to happen. Oh, Pete got hammered there, didn't he?
Well, Boyne City has had 2 or 3 chances here on offense. Came up short. Hunter now with the ball for Grayling, coming up with about 25 seconds to go here in the third. 41-22, Boyne City up big. Hunter goes right by Trevor King, and they're going to get him for a push. Let's take a look at this dunk again. And Mason, why don't you? Oh, this is the last play. Well, let's take a look at
Trevor does a great job of looking up and being able to see Pete. And looks like it was just before. If we can wind it back a little bit. Just a little.
Yeah, I don't know. We got it on there.
He is so close. So this is actually the funniest part about going for a dunk. Like from a coaching side, you're like, that's great. He's being aggressive. But when your fellow teammate looks at that, he'd be like, how come he didn't go dunk the ball?
I thought maybe he was going to go over the front rim, but you're right. He kind of comes to the side and went over the right side of the rim.
I'm betting money on it is because he doesn't want to get rim stuck. Is that Papa John?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that tie. He's dressed up tonight.
Yeah, he is fresh today. He's looking good.
It's tournament basketball.
Nick Bowman with the miss down here. 41-23 Ramblers. 41-25 at the end of the third quarter.
Impressive finish.
41-25, and we'd like to, before we can, send a little shout out to Aiden Bream's grandparents that are watching right now, Santo and Jerry Audia. Very, very loyal viewers. They're out of Sterling Heights, Michigan, and glad that you are always tuning in. And it's been great to know that you can watch your grandson, Aiden Bream, one of the best, classiest kids on the team on the Rambler Sports Network. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully we're going to play you out to commercial with some of your favorite music. You're listening and watching the Rambler Sports Network. We'll be back after this.
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler? I am proud to be a Rambler because of the meaning of our community. To be a part of Boyne City means being a part of a community with great activities and people. Whether it be the town's recent support for Jace's fight for his life in a battle with the flu, the amazing 4th of July parade, or Boyne Thunder. Night in and night out, I am proud to be playing with the word Boyne across my chest. My name is Ada Bream and I play basketball, golf, and tennis here at Boyne City High School.
Back to the Rambler Sports Network. We are live with your fourth quarter. Good look at our Rambler Rowdies right there with their culture shirts on. 41-25, Boyne City up big, and to start the fourth, J.P. Moody, Trevor King, Pete Calcaterra, Dayton McPherson, and Harry Moody. Two Moodies at once on J.P. Moody. Takes it right down to the block and scores the bucket. Well, joining us on our headset again from last year, Drew Bryant, 9-year-old son of mine that had a great time with us on the tournament last year, on that fun tournament ride we had, because my cohort in crime here, Fritchie, was out with knee issues. So, Drew, how's it feel to be back on the headset?
Good.
Good. What have you noticed in the first 3 quarters of this district game?
Well, in the first quarter, they kept kind of kept doing the same plays over and over. We were kind of doing the opposite plays where Grayling would come down, pass it, fake the 3-pointer and then pass it inside to the paint and then try to make a layup or something. But we tried to go into the paint and come out and try a 3.
Well, it is opposite. Now I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, it was a better in the first half. Grayling did a good job of getting into the paint, and in the second half, Grayling isn't really going into the paint. Again, Brill in foul trouble, so a little bit tougher to go into the paint when your main post player is in trouble. There's Calcaterra for 3.
Yeah, this is an interesting, situation for Coach Redmond. You don't want to burn out your starters, but you also don't want this game getting so sloppy that it runs over in tomorrow night. So Coach Redmond with the starters back in there for a moment or two. Oh, look at that move by JP.
Wow.
The big pink.
The big pink. Fleet-footed.
Slippery in the lane.
Wow, that's the footwork. We've always talked about how nimble he is, and he totally just sidestepped.
He is nimble. The difference for him is with these rules about how dribbling and walking have to happen at the same time. But he is awfully nimble.
Here goes Schulach with a steal. What's he going to do with it? He's going to try to do a little Euro step over Craig, but it went off of Craig. Let's take a look at some nimble footwork right here. Oh, yeah, look at that. So I'm telling you, he just a little gallop in there. His feet. Looks like the keys of a piano, I'm telling you.
Well, I want to take just a moment to say hello to my dad watching in Newport Richey, Florida. Hey, Pop.
Oh, man.
What's going down on there?
How's the weather down there? That's I'm sure it's a little bit warmer than up here. I'm sure he's already been fishing many times.
He was on his way home on the way home from dinner maybe tonight, listening to the game on his phone, I think.
Awesome. Love that man. Needs to get warmer up here so we can go fishing again.
Yep. Another couple weeks.
Yes. Now, do we take a shanty or not?
Put a shanty on top of the boat, maybe? Look at this ball movement from the Ramblers against that Grayling zone. Bream couldn't quite. You're wondering what happened to the rim.
Yeah, that was a great ball movement by Boyne City right there. You take a look at that squad that's out there right now. Devin Hayden, J.P. Moody, Pete Calcaterra, Max Vonder, and Hayden Bream. What a great group of kids. You're talking about class and culture here. And some of the best kids right there on the floor.
Well, speaking of good kids, too, I mean, this Grayling team, there's Pete Calcaterra with a nice finish. This Grayling team played Boyne Tough a couple times, and like I said, they've played a number of teams very close this year, and their record is not, I guess I wouldn't call it impressive, but this is clearly a good group of kids. They're playing hard. They've got great attitudes, and, this is a tough one for them tonight. They're struggling just a little bit, haven't put it all together, but credit to them for the season they've had.
And there's a three-point shot by Garrett Riley, and I was just about to say that before Riley knocked that one down. They have been cold. I mean, if they start knocking down some threes early, this is a different ball game, and they have a little bit of blood in the water. They'll stay in this more, but they were cold early. Boyne City turned up the defensive pressure and extended the lead, and that's where we're at right now, 47-28, and Grayling just can't seem to cut into it if they're not making shots.
That's exactly true. We don't have the numbers in front of us this evening, but Grayling's had some really nice shots. They started out the first half especially with a lot of opportunities that they weren't able to complete.
Well, there's a good look at the crew right there. Drew, why don't you wave up to the rim so you can see? Yeah. Well, we're gonna take it over to Xander for a sideline report. Xander, take it away.
Hey guys, I'm back here once again with my good friend Kip Soselski. How you doing, Kip?
Fantastic.
Last time we were here, you were wearing a ski mask and a weird hat, I think, and you were going kind of crazy. And
Yep.
I have one question. How do you always keep that energy up?
You got to inspire the fan base.
What was that?
I said to praise God real quick, man.
All right, I hear that, brother.
You just got to inspire the fan base. So if I come looking all dapper, maybe all these other kids might, take inspiration from me and come up and we get a crazy student section, ups the energy even more, helps us get a big win. So that's my philosophy behind that.
Love to hear it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Xander. Thank you, Chip Soselski. Well, the lineup right now for Boyne City is Devin Hayden, Nick Bowman, Steinhoff, Blair Smith, and Brady Butka in.
Well, we just saw that trio work well together over here on this right wing. Hayden, Butka, and Blair Smith. Butka made a nice feed after thinking about the three for about 8 seconds. Made a nice feed to Blair Smith under the basket.
Yeah, all these guys do a great job. I mean, they know the plays. They're just working to get their time right now. They're running the offense right now. There's Blair Smith for three. That one's a little long. Bowman almost had the rebound. Ryan Anderson comes up with it. He's going to go all the way down and get the almost had the layup.
And Brady almost had a charge there.
Yeah, he
sold it pretty well.
There's Budka with shot to Bowman. Baseline three, no good. Gets his own rebound. Gets tapped out of bounds, and it's going to be Boyne City ball underneath their own rim. So here you got the last 3 minutes or so.
Can we get a shot of our bench here, too? Everybody is up cheering these guys on. Brady, Blair, these guys that come to work and practice so hard every day and don't get all the minutes, but love to see those guys supporting their teammates. There it is.
Bowman
knocks it down from the top of the key.
Yes. Well, there's Ryan Anderson for Grayling. 50-28. Good to see those bench guys get some highlights of their own.
I think in the first quarter, first into the second, when they kind of went on the cold streak, I think we kind of slowed down and they were kind of rushing, trying to get ahead before halftime, and I think that's what did it, and they were just making bad shots now.
Yeah, sometimes I think Mason said that too, exact same thing from a college student and from a 9-year-old. You're forcing shots, trying to make it work, and it doesn't go down. The game can slip away from them, and that's what happened to Charlevoix here tonight. And they've always tried. That's the one thing. They're always trying, and you got to be careful with teams like that. They are a pack of dogs that will just go at you constantly. And man, if they have shots falling, they can get you down pretty quick. But tonight, shots aren't falling, but man, they have not given up. Always got to be ready for the Grayling team. 50-30 now, under 3 minutes to go here in the game, and Boyne City heading on a collision course with the Blazers of Kalkaska tomorrow night at 7. Blair Smith with the ball, gets it to Budka. Baseline, 3-point line.
Ryan Anderson getting a hug from his teammates there along his coach along the bench, coming out probably for the last time as a senior. Gets a hand from the crowd. It's a fair number of Viking fans here this evening, and the Rambler side is pretty well filled up. Take a quick peek at the Nick Bowman free throw. Look at him. He's enjoying himself being on the floor. And
foaming at the mouth there, man.
Yeah.
It was a battle down there for these free throws. Earned them.
Yeah. Was giving it a hard time. He came in with his computer this morning and set it down on my desk, knocked over my coffee, my pencils, and everything else. I said, for crying out loud, Nick, you're more careful with my minnows when I come to the hardware store.
When I get minnows from him at the hardware store, he always eats a couple of them. That's, but I'm not paying for those.
I thought I had a few too few.
51-30. Bowman makes one out of two. There's Brill, nice turnaround jumper. I tell you what, Connor Brill just had a good night tonight, but man, I can see how he's a post player that could actually do some damage. Just struggled tonight, got in foul trouble. And Connor Brill, he's probably going to take a seat, and that's his last game as well. Seniors on the Grayling team: Nick Hunter, Ryan Anderson, Ken Dutton, Mitchell Kuziel, Connor Brill, all good group of seniors that will play their last game here tonight. Sometimes you forget about that. There it is. You got to look at that. Last time you walk off the floor with a Grayling uniform on, it hurts. It hurts a lot.
That's difficult. It's a difficult game going down by 20 here towards the last 2 minutes. But, again, you didn't see one of those guys complain about a call, get chippy tonight. They came out and played hard and really – you know, that's what we're here for. It's pretty impressive. So congrats to those guys as they head off into the sunset or to college, I guess.
Yeah, there's Budka.
What a wonderful finish. Dodges the defense and gets it in off the glass.
Yeah, Budka, he works hard. He's quick. I think he's got a lot of potential. I told him today in school, when he gets in there, I want him to make it count. Show everybody the skills you got.
There's Joe Blauhara making an appearance.
Good box out by Blauhara. Kuziel knocks down a three. And there's a chance. Coach Riley's taking timeouts here in the last. He's getting his seniors off. Kuziel, the last one to take off the floor.
I want to remind you that the broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, the Rambler Sports Network, and Boyne City High School. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and Boyne City High School. We also want to welcome our viewers from this evening. Thanks for being with us from the My News 26 station all over northern Michigan, tuning in. We're excited to partner with My News 26 to bring you outstanding high school athletics events from around northern Michigan. Both My News 26 and the Rambler Sports Network know the value of educational athletics and are proud to present this experience to our viewers across the My News 26 viewing area. The RSN My News 26 broadcast has been brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. For nearly 80 years, Great Lakes Energy has been serving Michigan residents with reliable electricity. Local and community-minded, Great Lakes Energy is looking out for you.
Stephen Orban going to take it all the way in. Just short arms the layup, but then puts it back in for his points for the night, 55-35. Man, he worked those. That was great.
Yep, another hard-working kid, hard-nosed kid, and we're getting a lot of people in the scorebook tonight.
Great move. Good move there by Ken Dutton. Gets his own rebound. Another kid that's getting lots of playing time, Ken Dutton, and then showing his potential for next year. tough when you watch these Grayling kids come off the court for the last time. Drew, I want you to watch this. These kids are crying, and they put a lot of time and effort into basketball. They walk off the floor here tonight. The last time, it's like jumping off a cliff. All that work, and all of a sudden it's just over. It's tough, and there's a...
Well, one more substitution here for Grayling. That'll be...
Nick Hunter is the last senior to come off, and man, he had definitely played his heart out.
Oh, but actually, that's going to be...
Oh, no. Ken Dutton's coming off.
Dutton's coming out, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ken Dutton is a senior. That's right. So they're bringing him off, and they're going to bring off Hunter last, I'm sure.
Well, we get a chance to get a hand from their fans individually. It's sort of a bittersweet moment, of course.
It is. Yeah, here comes the sub for Hunter, and it will be his turn to get his ovation and ride off in the sunset. Coach is going to wait. And now he's going to do it.
Yep, and real quickly, as Hunter walks off the floor for the last time after a solid performance this evening, we should take a look ahead to tomorrow. The 5 o'clock game will be Kingsley and the Sioux. And the 7 o'clock game will be apparently Boyne City against Kalkaska.
Well, your last 20 seconds here of round one. Orban with the steal. Gets it out of Bowman. That one got stolen by Grayling, so there's a push up, and...
It was a good look ahead. Coach Redmond's okay with it. Just wants the team to get back and play defense.
Yep. Ball's going to go out of bounds with 3.2 seconds to go. Almost there, 56-37. Grayling going to inbound underneath their own rim with less than 3 to go. There's a shot by Craig, three-pointer, that's off the mark. And there's your final. Boyne City wins first round of districts, 56-37 over Grayling. Going to head into Wednesday's game against Kalkaska at 7, and we have pretty much what we expected here tonight. We knew that was going to be a good game to start, but defense pressure, and Boyne City was going to make sure the Vikings didn't pull off the upset here tonight. And you can see that's how it kind of shook down for the game.
Well, again, Ramblers will face Kalkaska tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock on the quick turnaround. We look forward to that matchup. Should be a great one.
Yeah, that will be a good one. Make sure you guys are tuning in. Make sure if you're not tuning in, you're here. You're in your white culture shirt. It is going to be amazing. Every little bit counts. So if you are a parent, if you are a grandparent, if you are student, be here and watch what an amazing game it will be on tomorrow night's 7 o'clock game. Well, we are going to take it over to Coach Redmond, who is getting interviewed by Xander Napon.
Coach Redmond's trying to get
he's trying to direct traffic. Okay, go to you, Xander.
All right, great game tonight, Coach Redmond. What's just one thing that you hope you can improve on tomorrow night?
Well, I think the key tonight was hoping we'd play well enough to get a win and yet still be able to rest our guys, and that's something I thought we did a good job of. So that was our focus coming in, since we got to play back-to-back. So I was really happy we got good bench play where we can sustain our lead. Tomorrow's going to be a dogfight. We got to keep their guards in front, got to do a good job on their big guy, and just keep playing together with great enthusiasm.
Well, best of luck to you. Great game, Coach Redmond.
Thank you.
See you guys.
All right. Thank you, Xander, and we are going to bump it out. We'll be back with some interviews after this short break. You're listening to the Rambler Sports Network. Back after this.
Why do I like to live Boyne?
Why I like to live Boyne? Why am I proud to live Boyne?
I am proud to live Boyne because of the way that the high school athletes treat and help younger kids in our town. When I was younger, it meant a lot to me to be helped and included by the varsity athletes. And now, I am proud to take them under my wing and make a difference in their lives. I know these kids I help will someday grow up and do the same. The tradition will continue. That is a good feeling. My name is Corey Redmond. I play basketball and football here at Boyne City High School.
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler?
Why am I proud to be a Rambler? I am proud to be a Rambler because of the big opportunities that Boyne City Schools offers. It ensures that any dream can come true and lead to a bright future. My name is Will McGinnity. I am a student at Boyne City High School, and I do cross country, drama, and track.
Hi, my name is Bobby Hoth, and I play football, basketball, and baseball here at Boyne City High School, and I would like to thank you for watching Rambler Sports Network on my News 26.
Good vision.
Oh, nice cut back. There it is again.
Nice job, Bobby
Hoth,
the freshman.
in for the touchdown for the Ramblers.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones and I'm
Hello? What up, color? Hold up, I gotta finish something.
welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to
Talk
the
to me.
new age, to the new age.
Ever wonder what happens? What happens when life meets lake? When talent meets opportunity? When technology meets innovators? When business meets lifestyle? When school meets community? It's all what happens when you live Boyne.
Welcome back to the Ramblers Sports Network. Just closing out here on the first round of districts here. Boyne City with a big win over Grayling. And the real reason we want to come back here is, friend, most people in town know that your wife has taken a job downstate, and it's been great for your family, and you are hanging around here and finishing out the school year, and we do appreciate that. The thing I'm a little upset about is it kind of screws up this whole broadcast thing that we got going. So we kind of want to say goodbye in a nice way. So we're going to have more games. We'll have tomorrow night, but we just wanted to make sure. So we have gifts.
I want to say,
we don't
first
have a
of all,
rocking
that
chair. So we do have one of the best things that you like. I think Rambler Rowdy's
I
bringing
can
it in
smell
here.
it coming.
Bringing it in here right here. Look at this. This
Look at that.
Oh yeah. We know what the man likes.
I know what I'm going to be doing on the way home.
2 pizzas. Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
I saw Rambler Rowdy digging into some pizzas here the other day. So
I tell you what. Hey, you got more gifts right here.
what a bunch of knuckleheads. Love you guys.
Oh man, you got soaked. Oh my gosh. Nice job, fellas.
Don't mess up my hair.
Good win. Well,
I want to say though too that it's been a pleasure working with you guys, and what Rambler Sports Network has done is really impressive. It's great stuff for the community, and it's been an honor to be a part of it. So even with you.
Yeah, exactly. You had to put up with me for this long, and it's been an awesome ride, whether we're in a fishing boat or a hunting blind or with the headsets on. Class act all around. It's been awesome working with you. The headset like my fishing boat and my hunting blind, are always open. They're always here. So anytime you want to take the drive up,
I was going to say
you can.
Maybe it's a little bent out of shape. This earpiece hasn't been working for like 6 years.
Maybe we'll have some better ones when you come up to visit. Well, we can't explain what a big part. I mean, you did a great job here broadcasting, but that's not all you did for the Rambler Sports Network and Team BCVI. So we put together a little highlight reel of what you have meant to this program and your thespian skills. I'm telling you, fantastic. Randy and I have been working on this, mainly Randy, but me just to come in and crack up every once in a while. It's a special piece of all of your talents here at the Rambler Sports Network and for the VI program. So without further ado, thanks, buddy, for being the way you are. And let's take a look at your highlight reel. Take it away.
Right.
Three, two, one. Good.
Fritchie, you're going to give the kids nightmares. Come on, get out of there. What is that?
Good, great.
Such as?
Good evening and welcome to the Rambler Sports Network. We are live here in the Wheelhouse of Boyne City.
All right, good, sorry. Hey, see, there it is. Terry, Terry, got him.
There's hilarious.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, nutcracker. Okay. All right.
The truck that the word doofus is being thrown around in there.
It's better than the bassoon, I guess. Get long.
Hey, you gotta keep your feet apart!
And you're late on your fall line.
Rename the conference to the Lake Effect Conference.
That's pretty good.
This kid was really trying to figure things out.
Lessons I carry with me throughout my life. I am beyond grateful for all the memories we've shared throughout my high school.
Of your constant support over the last 4 years. Thank you for challenging me.
We are in our throwback gear. Fritz, what do you see on the issues that we have with the big fella?
Yeah, well, Coach Hertel mentioned nerves. You know, both teams have missed a lot of layups.
I'm Andy Bryan alongside Aaron Fritchie, and we have some other cool things going on here tonight, right?
I said,
If you had to listen to a rap song, what song would it be? Ooh, 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 ooh. He's got 1,000 of them rolling around his head right now.
I do. No, I'm.
Who are you?
Mr. Fritchie, I'm so glad I found you.
That girl, I gotta ask that girl to the dance, man. I don't know how to do it.
Just say, it was her destiny that brought you together.
Jody, you are my destiny.
Now's a great time.
Now?
Yeah, go. Jeez. What a dork.
Oh. Knock it off. Hi, I'm Aaron.
I'm Jody.
Excuse me. Hey, I gotta thank you for everything, bud. Okay.
Hi, I'm Jody.
Who are you? Are you selling Girl Scout cookies?
What the hell? What is this? Oh my God.
Rip that thing out of the field. Okay, here we go. I don't know how to do it. That's awesome! Hello, is anyone going to do that, or is that Shannon?
That's so how it
but you cannot.
For Aaron Fritchie and the player of the game, Lucas Day, I'm Andy Bryant. See you next time on the Rambler Sports Network.
Awesome stuff. That's too much, Cal.